Hello and welcome to the Knights of Glen Nerd. In this video I'm going to be reviewing the first two episodes of Star Trek Discovery. So Star Trek Discovery is being shown on CBS All Access in the United States and I think Canada, but for the rest of the world, including myself, Star Trek Discovery is being shown on Netflix. The show is set 10 years almost exactly before the original series, so about this time Kirk is young, probably going through Starfleet, even though he did get through quite fast, so I'm not sure if he's in Starfleet this time. Spock definitely is, which ties into the premise of the show, which is about Michael Burnham, who is Spock's adoptive sister, basically. She was on a human Vulcan science mission that got attacked by the Klingons, and she was the only survivor. She was then adopted by Sarek, Spock's dad, and raised as a Vulcan, which I feel is a very interesting thing to do because it's similar to Worf being raised by humans and basically Spock going through his emotions as human and Vulcan. But what I feel they do really well with the character of Michael is that she is basically how Spock and Kirk play off each other in the original series. She does herself. She has the logical approach sometimes of Spock, but the rash decisions making of Kirk, which I feel is absolutely brilliant. And the person who plays the captain of the Shenzhou is also absolutely brilliant. I've heard some people complain saying it's political correctness being pushed. One, it's not. It's just having a female captain and female commander. Like there's male captains and male commanders in almost every series apart from Voyager and DS9 if you count Kira as the equivalent to commander. But even if it is political correctness, that's what the original series was pushing the boundaries of what society seemed to be normal and putting it in the forefront, which I feel this series is set up to do really well, as it has a black female lead, which is absolutely brilliant, and she is definitely in my top 10 favourite Star Trek characters, as I feel Sonequa Martin Green from The Walking Dead is absolutely brilliant in the show. But going on from that, what I prefer over other shows is the suit or the Starfleet uniform. This is definitely my favourite Starfleet uniform, and I think it's absolutely brilliant. And I also really like the ships. The Shenzhou looks absolutely brilliant in the first two episodes. We haven't had a look at Discovery yet, but I've got pretty high hopes for the Discovery when it comes in because of how good the Shenzhou was. Talking of high hopes, I had really low expectations for this show. I was expecting it to be absolutely terrible, but I was absolutely blown away in the first few minutes of the first episode of how good it was, and I was extremely worried about the Klingons, but I feel they've done the Klingons justice. They look different, but what I was doing was just imagining Worf with a shaved head, and that seemed to work. So I'm really looking forward to future installments, and I'd give these first two episodes about an 8.7. They're definitely one of my favourite series. Could possibly overtake The Next Generation, but I don't think it's going to overtake Deep Space Nine, my personal favourite. So let me know what you thought of Star Trek Discovery down below. And remember, just subscribe somehow.